Hey everybody, it's your man Sweets right here. Welcome to another episode of Love Jones Therapy. We're doing a big up in here today. Man, I got my road dog Jydah in the building.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
And I got the ever so lovely Daffini Evans.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to Love Jones.
Damn, Daff, boy, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Jydah Lion Jeans, what's going on?
Jumping. By they jumping. Nah, but for real though, y'all already know. He plugged me in last week. I hope he plugged me in again. Birthday party on the 22nd. All the way in County. Yes, I know it's far. But it's going to be well worth it. We giving away free prizes to the best glow girl. You ain't got to wear no glow in the dark Jydah shit, but just wear white or something that's going to pop. We're going to have 5 shifts. We're going to have all kind of games. We're going to have the whole block. It's going to be a block party. I'm going to have DJ inside and outside. You coming?
I'm there.
You don't sound hyper now.
I'm there. I'm just a little tired, man. Heated.
Do I need to get hype on your ass?
No, we good. Man, so what's going on with Fine Forever?
We have a lot of new products. Our newest one is the luxury bodysuit. Comes with a bra, waist shaper, butt lifter, and it stops at the knee. You can wear it underneath your clothing. You can work out in it as well. We also have the stay put bras. I have a stay put bra right now with strapless and it's backless. You don't have to worry about none of that.
See, that's what's up. See, Daphne got all the good undergarment stuff.
Yeah, so make sure you check out the website, IamFineForever.com.
We definitely gonna have that on our site. So, y'all.
This question you got today, bro.
Man,
I'm gonna let you explain it your best way, cause
I'm gonna explain it the best way. You know when you get into relationships, man, you start a relationship, and all of a sudden you find that the person's trying to change you in the relationship. How y'all feel about that? Has that ever happened to y'all before?
Yeah.
plenty of times, but I'm gonna go last like I usually do.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's happening to me. Like, it wasn't necessarily the other person trying to change me. It might have been me trying to change them. Because I was just trying something new. You know, I'm used to dealing with guys who got that bag, who, you know, they don't care.
They got that sack.
And then once I started making my own money, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get somebody who I like that. It don't even matter. The money, it don't matter. Or
Right.
matter, but just not as much as before. And I don't know, I was just trying to make up for what he lacked. And just to be honest, he wasn't appealing to the eyes, but he treated me so good. He treated me like so good, and that's why I, stuck out the relationship. But then I was like, no, you're not even getting no fucking money. Like, I'm trying to change you and make you get some more money so that you can do what you're supposed to do. And he really just, he cool. She's happy, so he's like,
So he started laying back.
well, he was just a laid back, like, oh, I'm cool with this. And I'm trying to get him to get more money, like motivate him. But it was like, you're not that type. I can't change you into you know what I'm saying, a man that makes money when you're not that type. You're just content with what you have. You don't want to go to the next level. So
Yeah. It's almost like someone trying to hold you back like an anchor.
Right. Yeah, you trying to bring me back there and sit on the couch with you, but I'm trying to catch a flight somewhere.
So you're trying to change him. You're just trying to change his mindset.
Right. Yeah.
Got you. So go ahead, Jydah.
Independent, but for real though, I know what you're talking about, like as far as somebody trying to change you or you trying to change somebody, because a lot of times people just don't sync up or match up and they try to make it work. So that's never gonna work. You gotta be yourself and come home with yourself, like I always say, 50-50. You're gonna have to lose some of yourself.
What's
to get
50-50
somebody
mean?
else. You're gonna have to lose 50% of yourself to get another 50% of the other person when you're in a relationship. It's supposed to be like that.
I don't understand that. I could never understand that. What do you mean 50-50? You mean split the bills 50-50? Do you mean you want 50 of my heart? You want half of it, baby? What you mean? I don't get that 50-50.
I want you to come 100% as you are, right? But when we mold and we trying to make one of us, we trying to make it work, you're going to have to take 50 of yourself, you're going to take 50 of yourself. So you're going to lose some of
I want
yourself.
you to go into detail, like,
All right, I'm gonna go to detail. I got a story. All right, I had this one chick, right? She was stripping for me. She didn't want to really just what? Don't look at me like
I know,
that.
I'm like,
You know, my past life, so you know that like that. She was stripping for me, and she was coming halfway with the bread, right? So I told her straight up, like, look, if you gonna come all the way with me, you want everything to come with this, you gonna have to bring your whole, and then we gonna split it 50-50 when it get there. That's another example.
you dancing too?
No.
So why would y'all split
I'm
that
working in the
50-50?
streets. I'm doing what I had to do. I'm
You split
grinding,
your money
trapping.
with her 50-50, but she's
Yeah, we
paying
put
her
it
money
in the
with
pot.
you
We put it in the piggy. We put it in the pot together. But that's like the money aspect. On the other side of it, you gotta give the person yourself so you can lose yourself and then you fall in love and all that shit. Or unless you just gonna be like whatever and y'all just rocking,
I'm saying, but what do you mean give yourself? Do you mean I want to change? You want me to change my number so that these other men can't get in contact with me? Like, what do you mean give myself?
Never change what you got going on. Be yourself. Just be
I mean, in order to be in a real relationship, you gotta change what you got going on. 'Cause if I got 10 niggas, 10 dudes I'm over here that I'm messing with, how am I gonna make a relationship work with you?
Yeah, you got to change.
Niggas off now.
You got to change that. You got to.
I ain't
In order
saying
for me
still
to cut them
getting
off, I need
dealing
to
with
change
them.
my number because they gonna track me down.
Yeah.
Even on the same sense. Some girls I know they talk about getting a relationship, want to change the number and change the address and all that. You ain't got to do that. As long as you told that man what's going on, look, I got a nigga on the west side, I got a nigga on the east side, I got a nigga right down the street.
How is that a relationship?
Because you letting this nigga know. You giving him your hoe. So if you don't give him what's going on and y'all playing with each other,
I'm giving
it's gonna
you
be
what's
that the
going
whole
on,
time.
just like I'm giving the rest of them what's going on.
Just like that.
So
But
what
if
makes
you-
that a relationship? That's just a situation. That's not a relationship.
I'm not saying still being in a relationship with this dude. I mean the other dudes. If you going in it with somebody, of course they got baggage, you got baggage. So y'all tell each other what's going on. 50-50, be real with each other. Well, be 100 basically, and be real with each other. Then y'all men don't try to make it one. You see what I'm saying? If you just come like, I'm perfect. I ain't no fuck with nobody. I ain't got nothing. And then your phone be ringing 10 o'clock at night, what up with it? Nigga, but what the fuck? Off for real. If you tell, look, I got this going on. I'm finna break it off. But I just want you to know that's what's been going on in my situation. You ain't gotta worry about deleting no numbers or deleting nothing.
I think we need to start changing that up. We ain't gonna say 50-50 more. We're gonna say 100-100. You know why? 100 in, 100 in.
I'm still.
We gonna end up. We gonna end up with 200.
But that's a certain type of girl, you know, that 50-50 stuff. Cause I ain't bringing no money home splitting it 50-50 with nobody.
Yes.
Now I'm gonna cook for you, I'm gonna clean for you, I'm gonna do everything that I need to do. But that money that I gonna make is my money.
Okay. You got your money, I got my money. Same thing. So we just gonna have to split it up. And you can keep your money and I keep my money.
No, you can't keep your money, my money, and my money, my money.
No.
See, that's what I mean. That's a different. It's a certain type of guy and it's a certain type of girl. These dudes over here, they want you to split that money 50-50. This man over here, you can keep your money. He's gonna take you shopping. He's gonna pay your bills. He's gonna do whatever, you know, to keep you happy. And that's the difference. And then it's the difference between the girls. This girl over here, she might bring you her check and go, oh, well, daddy, or babe, I need to go get my hair done. Can I have 200 of my money that I just gave you back?
What? No. In this day and age, it's like that. The women are more independent and more dependent on themselves. So, of course, you're going to have a job, you're going to have something going on, just like you. Of course, be the man, hold down the household, hold down with the bills, whatever you got to do. But as long as you got your own sack and he got his own sack, that's splitting it 50-50. Even if you ain't buying shit. But it is nice to go out with a chick and she be like, babe, it's on me tonight. Order what you want. And when you do it all the time, it's nice to get that.
Yeah, but
I'm speaking on behalf of men.
it's a certain type of girl, it's a certain type of man for everything. Because a man I go out with, he not even gonna ask me that. Like, I got it to cover it.
That's the point.
But
He
for
ain't
the
supposed
simple
to ask.
fact,
He ain't supposed to
exactly. And he would be offended if I even offered. Like, I don't even want to go out with you no more.
And that's even better if you offer and show him that you ain't about just all his money. You was like, look, man, I got
I mean, if I was a man, I would feel like you coming at me petty. You offering to pay for this little meal? You better offer to pay this car note or offer to pay something that means something.
With that too. It can be whatever. It can be a meal, it can be a car, it can be the house, whatever. But if you offer, that's what I mean, bringing it to the table. You ain't even, nigga ain't got to go for it. As long as you offer it, you got his heart. You got his heart right there.
That's what this
he ain't feeling like, oh,
see,
I got this bad girl, man. I gotta keep her fed. I gotta keep it clean. If not, somebody else gonna do it.
see, this is couch talk, y'all. This is couch talk. This is what really goes on in the streets out there. You know what I mean? You don't know who you gonna meet out there, and change for the better is not a bad change. Changing my personality on how I came at you is another thing. You know what I mean? You like me because I had a certain type of swag at first.
Right.
Now clear the romance and all that stuff, the sex and all that out of the way. I need to peel back the skin and see what's under the skin. You know what I'm saying? But you know, to help us out, man.
Even with that, I done had chicks that's not on my level. I feel like, and they don't dress the part how I dress or act like I act in certain situations. Depends on what you willing to deal with. If you want to deal with that and put yourself through trying to mold somebody and make them how you want, then go for that. But like me myself, I want to already come with it. She got her shit together, I got my shit together. That's the best way for it to work. But if one lacking, it's always going to be full tub.
But I think in any relationship, both people have to change something because there's going to be something about you that I don't like. And it's not wrong to compromise and change that for that person.
See, that is it right there. See, I don't mind compromising.
Right.
But the other C word,
No change?
the change, that's how I came. That's how I came.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like in sports. You have guys that are good shooters. You have guys that are good dribblers. You're going to have a bunch of good dribblers on your team. You're going to have a shooter. So I'm saying, because you can't change a shooter into a dribbler. You know what I mean? So it ain't going to work.
And you know what popped into my head with that? I heard a saying that a woman is not satisfied. Wait. It takes 17 men to satisfy one woman. Because like you said, he might be a shooter, he might be a post, he might be a whatever. You know, it's all those different personalities. I don't mean sexually, but it's all those different, or it might have been 7, it might have been 4. It wasn't 1 though.
But it wasn't 1,
But
yeah.
it takes all those personalities because you might be funny, but you might be ugly. So I'm gonna go to this guy who's appeasing to my eyes, you know. But I'm coming to you for the funniness. I'm going with him because he can cook. You know.
True. That's why I'm glad I can do it all.
I'm going to say it like my uncle. 17? Me 17 number?
See, y'all see where he's stuck? He's stuck on that 17.
He's stuck on the 17.
You know what I'm saying?
17 different.
Well, we gonna go to commercial break, man. We're gonna come back with our first guest, man, and we're gonna light up the stage right here in the seat. Know what I'm saying? So stay tuned.
My name is Samaya. Isn't that a pretty name? Yes, it is. I think people should change each other for the better in any relationships. However, I do not think that people should try to change people for who they really are. Like, don't try to change everything about a person because that's who they are, and it's not fair. It's not comfortable. Allow people to be who they are. Love is about accepting people for who they are. Can't change everything about people. Just change for the better, and try to enjoy each other for what each other has to offer.
Yep. Welcome back to Love Jones Therapy, your man Sweets. We got Road Dog Jydah, got my ever so lovely Daffini, and we got King Malachi.
Salute,
boy.
Good.
Know what I'm saying?
Carolina in this thing.
Where?
You did.
Where?
Carolina, man. Stop playing.
North
you
or south?
South, man. Ain't no, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we got fully loaded
Boy,
up.
they done messed up today, boy.
You
They done
did.
messed up today,
We in
boy.
this
I gotta
thing.
get another
Man, y'all know Jyddah's from South Carolina.
SC
You know what I'm saying? So
representative.
SC's in the building, definitely. Both of them came today.
It's country boy time.
Yeah, it's country boy
Y'all
time.
see I came ready. Didn't even know.
Man, you a hip hop soul artist, bruh, and you do jazz. Man, you do so much genres of music, and I seen you perform already, so I know you know what you're doing out there. You command the crowd.
I strive.
You command the crowd, boy. Hey, he does it just like that with that smile. He knows exactly what he's doing up on stage, man.
I strive.
So
I enjoy what I do.
with that name King Malachi, does it how's that hard to live up to for that name King in front of your name?
Oh man,
A lot of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure, but at the same time, it's not pressure because it's just who I am. It is what it is. I'm comfortable being me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm cool with my shoes, but it is a lot of responsibility, and I strive. I don't expect to be perfect. No, I'm perfectly imperfect.
Right.
You feel me? I have my flaws. I make mistakes, but I'm not flawless.
Okay.
But I'm perfect being I'm made to be what I am by the Almighty. The good and the bad. Both aspects make me who I am.
At what age did you decide this is what I want to do?
14, but I've been performing since 7.
Wow.
But 14, when I first started, it's church choir, your mom making you go, you know what I'm saying? You gonna sing in this choir, woo woo, all that, But when I was 14, I was in school and there was a talent show called the Miss Expo pageant. And, me and 2 other homies of mine, we was at that time in a group. And it was just like the feeling, like we just said the first 3 notes. And it was like the girls were screaming so hard, going so stupid that we had to literally wait for them to chill. And at that moment, I said, I'm gonna do this the rest of my life. And I've been doing it ever since, good or bad, money or no money, in the streets for quarters or in a coliseum. I've done it on every level.
You from the Bird?
Yeah, Orangeburg,
Shout out to State, Benedict,
Already.
USC, everything down that way. So what was some of your influences in music coming from Orangeburg? I know that was different.
Well, my mom was one of my big influences. She was the lead singer of the church choir. Like, I actually see my mom had people crying and stuff like that. So, I knew that my mother had power. And so, growing up initially, when I first started from the singing aspect of my talent, I used to sing in my falsetto, which is the softer side of your voice, you know what I mean? More light. And it was like when my father passed away, my man voice came into my chest. And that was the beginning of a whole new chapter, a whole new journey as a singer. You know what I mean? It was like I started singing from here versus up here and in here. Yeah, that's where the power comes from right there.
That's good though. You were in an R&B group called Finesse. Like, how was that experience for you being in a group as opposed to being a solo artist?
I'm actually glad that I was in a group first because, being in a group, it teaches you how to know when to let somebody else shine. And so it balances you, if you're willing to learn from it. I love harmonizing with other dudes, just hearing the chords and, it was just fly. When I'm solo by myself, I don't get a chance to enjoy that aspect. But the group, the whole getting together, practicing, other energies pushing you. Like, I'm a different singer in a group. I'm a different rapper in any group or any beings that I'm around. People push me. People make me better. People make me step up and push me above and beyond. So no matter how powerful the energy is in the room with me, they will make me come to their level or beyond. That's just naturally what I do.
Right.
You one of the best artists for the GMA, bro? I said you one of the best hip-hop artists for the GMA?
Yes, sir.
So what song was it?
Nah, it wasn't a song. It was just as an artist.
As an artist. 2012.
I'm happy about that. I'm proud about that. I feel like it's some other MCs out there was definitely well-deserving, who I feel is really awesome, but all praise due to the Almighty that it fell in my lap,
So you work with a lot of producers. Which one stood out the most?
I've worked with a lot of producers, but I would like to say in the flesh, I really respected a producer named J Mac and Jazzy Faye. And why I say J Mac and Jazzy Faye, because out of a lot of producers I've worked with in my career, they were really, really fast. Like, whip up a song like nothing, play whatever instrument. They just banana, really they're not just, it's a difference between people who make beats and people who produce. And they're great producers, not just beat makers. They're great producers, beat makers, and instrumentalists. They're a combination of the three.
And you got that Atlanta Hawks. You're part of the Atlanta Hawks organization. You did a chant.
Oh yeah. It's crazy because when I first came to Atlanta, I was on tour. Every year I would go on tour with Ryan Cameron in the city to do like all the major high schools, right? And so from rocking with Ryan Cameron on that, one day I was just chilling and got a phone call because he started doing he was the announcer at the Hawks games and stuff like that. And he was like, yo, we want this jingle for the Hawks called Rise Up, boom, 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 boom. Come down, meet me down at the studio, blase, blase, blase. I went to my next door neighbor who was a part of my crew in Finesse and everything. He whipped up a beat and everything. We went down there, got that check. Boom, it was a blessing. It was a real blessing, yeah.
That's good, man.
I didn't know about this movie you was in, bro.
Which one?
Name one.
Yeah.
Well, I'm definitely excited about all of them, but recently just came out was the Tupac film. You know, that was exciting because I really, really look up to Pac. Like from the rap aspect of my artistry, Pac was probably, him and Scarface was the two artists that I patterned myself after. So they were like this block of clay, and then I carved myself out of that.
That's a strong word.
You know what? I watched the Pac movie, and I said I seen him in the jail. He's in the jail scene, walking by you like this.
When I hit Pac with the.
Yeah. I might have there. Look at Malachi right there. I'm like, okay.
That was cool.
And even he was promoting it heavy too, especially at Apache Cafe. There's a lot of jewels and nuggets you said that was in that movie. Like, what did you get out of that movie?
Well, personally, sitting back, I felt the movie for real, the second time I saw it. Because the first time I saw it, it was more, I was excited. I didn't know, I haven't seen all the edits and everything. I didn't know exactly how much time I had in the movie and all that. So it was more of watching the movie from a state of judgment. When I saw it the second time, after I got past all of that, one of the main nuggets I got from the movie is when Pac on Christmas, his mother gave him for Christmas a notepad, a pen and pad. And it was like, I didn't just see a pen and pad, I saw a mother arming her son. When the difference between Pac and any other little kid in the hood, which we all have the potential to rise to greatness, but the parenting makes a difference. This dude get on punishment, his mom making him read the Wall Street Journal, and then he got to break it down, what he read. So it's like, come on, bro. You know, we got video games in our hand. We flipping around and playing basketball. We wasn't really fully arming our mind. So from him arming his mind, doing all of that, it made the difference. From his mother putting him in performing arts school, it made the difference. My training, choir, as a kid, didn't even want to go. You know, some private school, and that extra special care, the class with 6 students in it, got the best grades of my schooling career. You know, because I had that extra love and tender care and that focus from the teacher, and it made all the difference, bro. Word, I believe in education, but not just schooling in an educational system, just daily getting information, understanding the information, and having the wisdom to know how to apply it.
That's good. So y'all haven't watched the movie, man. Y'all need to go check it out, man. And see what you get from it. And
Some
you know,
lessons in there.
This is the hot seat, man, that you're in. You know what I'm saying? These two already heated up already.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But before we get into the show topic, man, we're gonna come right back after this message. And Malachi gonna light it up, man, with his talents.
On the boulevard downtown Arrest, when the boardrooms with white tees, different shut down, waiting on paradise and the beginning. Oh, damn it, and 3 for the 10 floor, push smell nice. I'm away down, still down the thing. Get back to the head myself, please. Smoking hard round here. Don't stand up, any cars around here. Somebody told me that the trouble we never talk a lot when we spend time alone.
Man, welcome back to Love Jones Therapy. It's your man Sweets, Road Dog Jydah. Got the lovely Daffini and King Malachi in the building.
Yeah.
Who's ready to tackle today's topic. Man, Daphne, you want to give it to him?
What? He ready to serenade y'all?
Okay, you know what? All right. Bro, have you ever been in a relationship, man, where a woman tried to change you?
Or you try to change a woman?
I think naturally, whether you like to or not, people are going to strive to change one another because it's certain things that you like and it's certain things that they like, and you're going to always push for that. One way or another, you go push for that. So, we all, one way or another, are striving to change one another because we're striving to fuse into one being. Mm-hmm. So it's like certain things that I was doing, and that change is going to be different according to the other person sitting on the other side of that table. See what I'm saying? So for this type of person, they're like, well, I don't like smoke. So with this female, I'm smoking out on the porch. You know what I mean? Other female, I'm blowing one in the bed. It's according to the person,
I think for some females, we're not as technical as that. Men. Like, the only thing some men try to do is change the way a woman dresses. Like, you see a girl, she dresses a certain way, sexy and all that. That's how she got you. Then when all of a sudden you get in a relationship now, and all of a sudden, babe, why you got to wear that? Where you going?
You know why that is?
What?
Because you're mine now. I don't want you out there wearing that because you're mine.
It caught you, so you liked it. But what happens is, people are attracted to you because you possess fire at first. And when they get close to that campfire and gain comfort from it, they make it personal, and then they start throwing water on the fire. Even if they don't recognize it, it's because of that whole, some people are like overprotective or selfish, and it's just like, a dude might start downplaying his female, talking to her crazy, because he don't want her to think she is as beautiful as she was to attract him in the first place. Right. So it's like that's only his insecurity or her insecurity. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Man,
deep on him.
Yeah.
He just went deep on y'all. Hope y'all are getting this.
Wait to say that. You like me because I don't have fire. Yeah, I ain't gonna put water on me.
Man, it is true. That water and fire thing does exist.
Mm-hmm. But somebody who truly loves you and really has your best interest at heart, more importantly, not insecure in themselves, they're gonna strive to heighten it. So I like when dudes check for my female. Like you supposed to be checking for my female because I'm checking for her and I'm that dude. Right. So I feel like, I got sauce, so if I chose her, the next man gonna choose. That's how I look at it. Like, everybody want my woman. They ain't thinking about her. But everybody want my woman because I want her.
Exactly. I used to send my girl into the club before I went into the club, and the guys would be like, oh, shoot. All of a sudden, the man would see me running, and all of a sudden, like, oh, shit, Sweets, man. This dude. Man, well, it's that time now, ladies. You know what I'm saying? King Malachi gonna give y'all something, and he gonna woo Daffini on the couch here.
Oh shit, now.
You know what I'm saying? So Malcolm, man, you ready? You ready to show the females out there what's going on?
You ready, Daff?
I'm ready. I got my fire ready.
Ooh. Original or something you heard before?
No.
What you want? You want original or something you heard before?
Well, I ain't even gonna lie. I want you to sing Privacy by Chris Brown. I'm just playing. Nah, but just.
Tell me either one, I'm gonna go on my bag.
No, I just want you to bring from the heart.
You want to bring something from the heart?
From the heart.
From the heart.
You want that fire.
Ooh. Girl, I know it's getting late and you gotta go home. But before you go, baby, just show me what I gotta do. Ooh, nah, man. Yeah, listen. 'Cause baby, if you love me, I'll do anything for you. Oh, baby. Just a little something, you know what I
Oh man, bro,
mean? It's a little.
That was great.
man, King Malachi,
Yeah,
man.
man, I just wanted to see a little teeth in the mouth a little bit. You know what I mean?
Man, so where can everybody find you on social media?
Definitely find me on Instagram at The King Malachi. Malachi spelled Malachi. Which one of these cameras I'm looking at?
Straight away.
Straight away. Definitely follow me at The King Malachi on Instagram, Facebook, King Malachi, aka Curtis Boyd on there. SoundCloud, King Malachi. Check out the new All Eyes on Me mixtape right now, featuring me, Zaid Malik, Tierra Features. It's just Young Noble, Edie Amin from the Outlaws. It's a host of artists on there. Definitely check that out right now. And I'll be looking for my new projects coming soon called Legend in My City. And for the ladies, I have a project coming out called Power of Seduction this winter. So I love y'all, man. Stay in tune. Once again, IG, The King Malachi. Salute.
Southcat, stand up.
You did.
Man, thanks for coming through, bro.
You already know.
Pleasure having you, man.
Blessings.
And keep doing what you're doing, man.
Okay. I'm gonna give you some, boom. And you come in, good.
Thank you. Great having you.
You know what it is. We out.
All right. Take a quick message
Oh, and
break,
ladies,
man.
when you see him, don't be scared of him, because I know he come off a little scary, but he's a sweetheart.
You dig?
We'll be right back with our next guest, King Malachi. Salute. Welcome back to Love Jones Therapy. It's your man Sweets. We got Road Dog Jydah, the lovely Daffini, and we got Trav Wright in the building.
What's up? What's up?
What's going on,
What's
my
up,
brother?
people?
What's up?
What's good? What's good? How you doing, mama?
I'm great.
Good to see you.
What you say, South Cackalack?
From South Kakalaki.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Or you want to get hood on South Crack?
Orangeburg, South Cac, man. You know,
Nah,
it's the crib.
I feel the love on the couch.
That's
now, this brother is R&B and very soulful. Man, when he sings, boy, between him and Malachi, man, they need their own band, period.
What age did you start singing?
man. Probably, I would say at least 5 or 6, man, because Mom kept us in the church, you know what I mean? But Dad wasn't all the way in the church, so we had that balance of gospel music and the secular radio, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so he would keep a lot of 8 tracks around, so we got that good balance of R&B and gospel, man. Yeah, so I would say probably 5, 6, something like that. Yeah.
What did you listen to growing up? said, what did you listen to growing up?
Man, everything from Michael Jackson to Stevie Wonder to Little Richard, believe it or not, James Brown, just and a lot of the traditional gospel artists like Andre Crouch and those different artists that came with those different camps and what have you. So for me, I was always drawn to the masculine tone. I always, whenever I sang, I wanted to project that masculinity, even at a young age. That was always my thing. You know what I'm saying? So from Johnny Gill to Jeffrey Osborne to, any of those masculine singers, that's how I wanted my sound to be. That is until New Edition came out. You know what I mean? Yeah, so you know how it is. Once you hear New Edition and Ralph Treasure and Candy Girl, that's the popular thing. That's what the girls like at school. So now you're trying to sound like Ralph. And so me,
did you do all the dance steps too?
Man, of course, man. That's pretty much how me and Malachi started, man. We were in a dance group mimicking New Edition. Like that's what we did before we actually formed a singing group, which was Finesse. We mimicked the troupe and New Edition and different things like that. That's how
many members were in that group?
It was actually it was originally 4. We went to a 5-man group for quite some time, and then went back to the quartet. Yeah, prior to us signing our deal.
So who sang lead?
Everybody, man, everybody sang lead. Everybody. Yeah, you had 4 legitimate lead singers in that crew. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I know y'all was down there at state killing the camp.
Yeah.
I know y'all was down there.
Man, we would go. We would rehearse all day, and then we'd go to the dorm and sing to the ladies what we've been rehearsing all day. Truth, all of that. And so we would go dorm to dorm, just singing whatever we rehearsed, and we would literally, from morning to early afternoon, we would rehearse all day, and then we would go. So we were really dedicated to what we were doing, man. We were extremely serious about our craft. That's one thing I can say about those guys. We all moved with the wind. We all moved on one accord.
What's the craziest, most exclusive place that you've ever performed in? Somewhere that's so memorable that you'll never forget.
Patti LaBelle, man. They had the inauguration at Smith Hammond Middleton at South Carolina State, and I was home for Christmas, and I ran into some old friends of mine that I grew up with since knee high, and they were like, man, we got this really good event coming up. Think we can kind of slide you in. Hit me about a month later, and it was the inauguration for the new president of the campus. And Patti LaBelle was his favorite artist, so they were going to bring Patti LaBelle in.
How was that experience with Patti LaBelle?
It was amazing because first of all, be chosen to go on right. They had maybe about 5 other artists, but to be chosen to go on right before her, and then for her to call me back on stage and actually sing with her. That was probably
Auntie Patti.
Yeah. To sing on stage with Patti LaBelle was probably very close to being my biggest memory. Extremely close to being my biggest memory.
Yeah. She brought it out in you, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. We had fun. We enjoyed it. I got my mom and my dad. My mom is extremely religious. My dad, rest in peace, was they were homebodies a lot, man. So they didn't get the chance to see a lot of shows of mine, And so that was probably the first time my mom was probably in a secular setting, somewhat, if you want to call it, And she got to see her boy perform in front of 4,500 people on stage with the legendary Patti LaBelle. So to have my parents there and my siblings, it was extremely memorable experience for me. Probably one of my favorites. Absolutely.
So who are some artists that performed with besides her? Recorded with? Studio.
Well, we pretty much came out of the Naughty by Nature camp. So Tretch,
Shout out to Tretch. That's my
yeah, that's That's the homie.
They got a flow pattern like his, boy.
Boy, you the reason why we do what we do, man. So, Tretch, Jaheim, Nex, Coffee Brown, George Clinton. Man.
You've been up through it.
Yeah. Quite a few here and there, Yeah, but I would say that Tretch was probably our favorite and the one that we hold dear to our hearts because he didn't have to do some of the things that he did for us. Like he saw us on the block and we randomly ran up to him. He pulled over and was cool as a fan, man. And we ended up hanging out with him for about 2 hours, rapping for people on the block and rapping against people, taking pictures. And he chilled for we gave him probably about a 20-minute concert just on the block in Harlem in 145th. And so he called back about 45 minutes later. He was like, man, more than just you guys' talent, I appreciate the fact that you guys are dedicated. You're all the way here from South Carolina. And he did a lot of things for the crew that he really did not have to do, at a time when, actually Naughty by Nature was kind of quiet at that moment, you know what I mean? And so for him to do some of the things that he did for us, that's probably the one artist that I've worked with that I hold dear to my heart, man. Tretch, Vinny, and KG, those guys looked out for us like little brothers, man. So we hold them dear to our hearts. Absolutely.
That's what's up, man.
So what in the near future can we expect from Trav Wright?
Just more music. Finishing up my album right now entitled Carolina Soul. I'm acting and doing stage plays for about 7 years now, something like that, yeah. And so just more acting, more singing, more writing, yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
And like I told Malachi, this is the hot seat right here, man.
Absolute.
So, man, we're going to go to commercial break, and we're going to come back with your answer for today's topic.
Absolute.
You ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
We'll be right back, y'all. Welcome back to Love Donor Therapy. It's your man Sweets. We got Jydah, lovely Daffini.
My birthday come back up. I'm sorry.
And we got Trav Wright still here with us. He gonna drop some little jewels on y'all too out there, man, about this topic today. Like, have you ever been in a relationship with somebody and they try to change you, brother?
Not so much change me, but definitely, strong views. Really had her own, particular views that kind of, she wasn't necessarily trying to change me, but I felt that if this relationship was to work, we needed more of, to meet a little more on a common ground. You know what I mean? Yeah, because, that the mentality of thinking materialistic, as opposed to the things that are most important, as far as how a man and a woman mesh. How do you feel in reference to, your children, the values that you want to teach your kids, your son, the things that you want to teach your daughter. You know,
hit him on good foot.
yeah. So a lot of times, and it's unfortunate. It's funny because it's kind of some things playing out right now on a whole nother level. We won't go into that now. I almost said something, but we gonna leave that alone. But financially, you know, sometimes I had a young lady one time. She was actually a friend of mine, and a guy that she was kind of dealing with somewhat. He approached her with, well, not really even dealing with the guy, but he liked her. She was beautiful. He asked her to marry him, and so the guy, he said, "Look, I'm not gonna be around. You can date who you want to date. I have a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? And just when I come around, I need you to drop everything." So I said, "Oh, he didn't give you a marriage proposal. A marriage proposal. That was a business proposition. You know what I mean?" And so the sisters, they're like, "Man, listen, she has no kids." The sisters were like, "Your nieces and your nephews, they're gonna be set for life. Absolutely marry this guy." You know, it's easy for them to say because they have their husbands and boyfriends and kids already.
They got everything.
You know, and so sometimes on the average, man, the mentality of it's when you say the word stability, you know, like you have to really find out from a woman what all of that entails. When she thinks stability, because and you all have to be on one accord, especially with that word, because a lot of times stability to her may mean financial, and sometimes she may not be thinking about the other things that may, you know, balance out that relationship and make it what's supposed to be down the line. You know, like for example, imagine a man and a woman coming together and they say, "Yo, we gonna do this together, such. But in the beginning, she may be making more money. You know, how, and so on the average, when you run into the average woman nowadays, how do you think that situation is gonna play out? Is she really gonna go hard with you even though she's making a little bit more money than you? Is she gonna balance that thing out with you? The average mentality that you run into nowadays, is she gonna balance that thing out with you? That's what you have to find out. These are things that you have to ask, because those things come into play down the line, you know. And when you think of,
my question is, did she go for it? Did she go for it?
No, she did not. You know what I'm saying? This particular young lady, no, I'm speaking on a real situation, and then I was speaking hypothetically. You know what I'm saying? But so no, she did not. But hypothetically thinking, if two people come into a relationship, you know, on the average, when a woman is making more money than a guy, sometimes he can be looked down upon somewhat, and so sometimes she can't see, as they say, the forest for the trees.
I dealt with a woman like that made a lot of money like that.
Yeah.
And she tried to treat me like a damn employee.
Spill the beans. Who you talking about, sweet?
Boy, I can't call no names. But a lot of the times the women who are making more money, they do try to change the fella. They really do.
But I think it's because we want you to do better. Like, okay, I'm here, I got this guap right here. I'm choosing you to be my significant other. So if I'm choosing you to be my significant other and I already got the bag, why wouldn't I help you get it? I'm not going to just do everything for you. But if you got me, I know how to get it. Then what are you sitting there for?
I have to admit, I've been with some down women that's down the road, no matter, I mean, I've been broke, you know what I mean? And had women say, "Look, you can chill with me, I feed you, do whatever," and it's about the relationship. And so,
For so long, though.
yeah, no. I'm so glad that you said that, because when it comes to that, a man is most cases is not going to dump a woman in reference to finances, because she doesn't really have it. But when it's flipped, It is a time limit. I'm glad you said that. It is a time limit on that. Unfortunately, and to a certain degree, fortunately, because you want that man. That man is basically supposed to be ultimately that provider. So we, as men, we can't lose sight of that. But we do run into unfortunate situations out here on a regular. But we can't lose sight as a man that ultimately you are the provider. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so unfortunately, when it comes to these relationships and a man and woman putting everything out on the table, it's going to be more conversation about finances nowadays, more than anything, more than those other foundational things.
My nigga, she gotta believe in you first of all. Go with what she was talking about. She gotta believe in you first. You show her something.
See your potential.
Word.
That's what
Yeah.
Word.
But if that die down, that flame die down, like my boy was saying, she
Right.
gonna be like, hold up now.
That's
Okay.
why you gotta get on it. Don't let the flame
I'm glad you said that. What are some of the things, just speaking on that causes a woman to lose confidence in you? Most of the time, it deals with
Like a
finances.
motivation. It don't even gotta be the finances. It'll be the motivation. Cause I'm the type dude. If I don't got it, I look like I got it. I'm out there getting it. Every time you see me at the gas station, I'm passing out cars. I'm talking to everybody. I'm gonna make something happen. I'm just that type of person. But if you ain't got that drive, then it just don't work sometimes. But at the same time, sometimes, I say 50-50. She might have the drive and you got the finances. Sometimes. I'm just saying.
It's
go
crazy.
all aspects.
It's crazy. One of my last relationships, and I shared it with my friends. I worked at night. You know what I do? I do music. Plays. Anything I'm doing, mostly 85% of the time is at night. Why is he always home in the daytime? Why he ain't at work doing normal work hours? What's up with that? And so it's cool in a relationship for a long time. She fought it off, but closer to the end, it started wearing on her. You know what I mean? And it was, and it became, and of course, I'm handling my biz financially, but it's about that look. You got a baby daddy kind of in the ear, like, even though Mr. Trav ain't got no 9 to 5, y'all still gotta respect him. What does that say to a child? Like, that means that he must not be doing what he's supposed to do.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it deteriorated the relationship ultimately. And because she was worrying about appearance more than what was actually coming into that household. Messed up a good thing in my opinion. You know what I mean? And so sometimes finances and appearance can also
Appearance, you mean by what the outside thinks?
what everybody else thinks.
I'm just trying to find out how these motherfuckers know you work at night. Who in the house but her?
Well,
Or is that-
no, you talking baby daddy. You talking about family members that know
family
that
members.
know the movement. Yeah, close friends that know the movement. And so my witness, you know what I'm saying? I got this is a real situation. And so unfortunately, it got to a point where it got to her. And once it got to her, what can you do?
It ain't what you do, it's how you do it.
Wow.
So Trav, tell everybody, man, where they can find you out there, man.
You can go to Facebook, my full name, Travis Wright. You can go to Instagram, Trav Wright Soul. And you can hit me on Twitter, Trav Soul Wright. And pretty much I'm performing out here with my band, sometimes 4 or 5, sometimes 6 nights out of the week. So I'm extremely easy to find, extremely. So look for me, look for the new project come in. December, we have about 5 shows that we're doing. We just did it in June, but I'm a part of a production company that I work with. I'm not in the company, but I work with them. It's called Blake Vision Entertainment, and they put on various stage plays. So I'm going to be portraying Donnie Hathaway And we're doing the Donny Hathaway story.
She know I gotta come cover that now.
Yeah.
Love Jones Therapy will be in the
Yeah,
building.
we gotta come back and talk about that.
Definitely.
Absolutely,
You know
yeah.
what time it is, man?
Yeah.
What time is it? What time is it?
Man, it's time for him to woo Daffini on the couch and you ladies out there too. You know what I'm saying? Daffini, man, you was the luckiest woman today.
She getting serenaded left and right,
Left
right?
and right, man.
Well, that's cool. I got something for everybody. We're gonna drop a little something like this. I was born by the river in a little tinture, and nothing just like that river I've been running never since. It's been a long time coming, but I know that a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will.
How y'all feel out there?
South can't stand up. I ain't gonna say it again. Y'all better stand up, represent on this.
Man,
My boys represent.
All day.
Definitely. Man, Trav, Rob, it was a pleasure having you today on the couch, man.
Thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
Now, y'all,
Oh, wait. I'm sorry, but was I the only one that when it started in my mind, I was like, I was born by the Rick.
oh, man. Hey, y'all follow us on social media, man. Love Jones Therapy. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell everybody about Love Jones Therapy. We're coming up, coming strong, and we're reaching out to everybody out there. You know what I mean? So, do what it do. Glad.
Everybody now, shout out, Gene, jumping, up it, still, body, still.
And don't forget Daffini Fine Forever.
Yeah, make sure you follow my Instagram, Daffini Evans. Check out my website, IamFineForever.com. Yeah.
Yes.
Fine forever.
Yes.
And we'd like to thank Paradise Salon for having us. 809 Hollywood Road. You know what I mean? And thank yourself out there for listening and watching. You know what I mean? Stop trying to change people out there. Compromise.
Make it work. Make
Until
it make
then,
sense.
salute.
Yeah.